on, Mike. Yep, there you go. Here we go. Nice. There you go. Stay with it now. Easy money. All right, Mr. Chad Wesley Smith and Silent Mike. We just got done with the training session. How'd it go for you there, Silent Mike? What'd you end up doing?
Pulled off a
All right, enough about you. Chad, what did you do? Let's talk to someone who's...
back to me.
Okay, wait. What'd you do, Mike?
Pulled off a deficit, hit some trips. Just went for a trip and finished around like 5:45 or some bullshit.
And what'd you finish up with? You do some assistance work, or you just say fuck it?
Yeah. Stiff legs, backs, lats, biceps, abs, the whole ordeal.
That's why you're so handsome.
Yeah.
And what do you have to say for yourself, sir?
Went up to impromptu 740 for 2, beltless PR.
Just randomly, too. You weren't planning on deadlifting.
Not really, but yeah, when
everyone's partying, everyone's having a deadlift party, you got to fucking join in, right?
if there's people to impress, that's really the only time it's worth lifting. So
A couple cameras were on, so.
And then what did you finish with after getting that PR?
some standing around, some Instagram posting, some texting.
Oh, all right.
AMRAP stand around.
Just like a true champion. I love it. All right, let's get to some of these questions that we got on the Instagrams. Mike, if you can read them off there.
I'm not very good at reading, but this first one says, he is fucking massive. I believe that's not a question.
Give us a double
congratulations.
bicep. Let's see what's going on there. Let's see what we got.
Double bicep.
Oh, I think he just tore both of them. That's the first double bicep that Chad Wesley Smith has ever done. He tore his pecs.
Both pecs cramped.
Here's another one that you may or may not want to answer. But
True was the double,
I agree.
Was the massive though.
What is the circumference of his melon?
I wear like a 8 1/8 on the hat.
Look at that thing.
On the juggernoggin. Give you a turn there.
Oh, 3D image.
What this is called when people are asking questions like this is what I refer to as is professional jealousy. It's other people in the fitness industry trying to point out that your head is large and in charge. But the truth is they're just very upset at the size of their own small little head.
Hate us because they ain't us.
That's right.
Sumo or conventional deadlift for powerlifting?
The one that you're stronger at, but both of them are going to have merit it's going to have merit to train both of them.
Do you think it's good to be proficient at both of them, to know both of them?
Yeah, unless you have a really distinct build towards one or the other, like a Vince Urbank type of build or Orlando Green, someone like that, who's obviously great conventional deadlift build. They probably aren't going to get much out of training the sumo, but for most people with a more moderate build, it's going to develop more well-rounded strength, and then as you get closer and closer to a meet, you just want to focus on the one that you're going to do in competition, becoming more specific.
What if their build is shit, like Silent Mike's?
Well, then, maybe art
Stamp
or something
collecting.
is a better...
Veil painting.
What's next? What do we got next?
How to approach your off-season / deload when you feel weak like a pansy after peaking?
Pansy.
Yeah,
I've never felt like a pansy.
Yeah. The off season isn't about lifting the most weight. It's about setting yourself up to lift the most weight in the future, and you're going to do that through high volumes of work, controlled rest periods. Focusing on building muscle through high volume, higher rep training, and building your special work capacity. So it's not necessary that you are lifting heavy in the off season. It's about setting yourself up for success in your next peaking cycle and regaining.
Do you still try for PRs in the off season, even though they may be different PRs than just a 1 rep max?
Yeah, I think being able to create a lot of different ways to PR, whether that's weight on the bar, number of reps, quality of reps, time, reps in a given amount of time. That's just going to allow you to build more confidence by setting yourself up for success.
Like you're kind of in the off season now, and you said 740 today for a double, but without a belt.
Correct. Yeah, in the off season, I've been doing everything beltless. I know there are EMG studies out there that say using a belt actually allows you to activate your abs harder. I always feel stronger when I go back to putting a belt on after doing a cycle of beltless work.
You heard it here first, folks. Fuck the EMG. All right, what's next, Mike?
It's the only study I need.
What frequency do you find optimal for the main 3 lifts?
That's going to be a pretty individual from lifter to lifter, and from depending on where you are in the training cycle. Really, the highest frequency I ever have anyone do is usually 4 times a week benching, 3 times a week squatting, and 2 times a week deadlifting. That seems to be, talking with other coaches, kind of the max frequency that most people can tolerate. Occasional, more frequent squatting, particularly for lighter weight class men's lifters or female lifters.
Talk a lot about cycles. Have you ever tried a unicycle?
I'd have to get some like monster truck wheel on the unicycle, plus an extra wheel so I could actually balance. But
plus 4 more wheels, make it a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you going to have another crack at the squat pyramid?
I don't know. It was kind of just a for fun little trick to do. I hadn't done any practice.
Might talk him into it tomorrow.
Yeah, I hadn't done any practice with it. So I think with a little bit more proficient loading and thinner plates.
What if the people made some donations towards it? Maybe you'd be a little more motivated, right?
$0.01 per pound.
That always motivates.
Yeah, $20 a pop.
What's your greatest achievement in all your endeavors? Meaning, I'm guessing lifting, coaching, throwing.
Having a huge head.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the one I'm probably most proud of would be my collegiate PR on the shot put, which is 19.46 meters, 63 feet 10 inches.
Damn. And what class is that? Is there classifications?
It's just like open, senior men's, so
Right.
16-pound shot put. I also threw 20 meters as a post collegiate, so 65 feet 7 inches.
How far off are any of those numbers from like Olympic level?
The 20 meters was right on the dot as an Olympic A standard, so far enough to go to the Olympics.
That's what I was referring to, the standards. Yeah, Olympic A. Okay.
Yeah, to actually go for the U.S., you'd have to be top 3 at Olympic trials, which, because we're just stacked in the shot put, that's usually taking about 70 feet. But that, winning Strongman Nationals in 2012 to earn my pro card, and then the 905 at 308s squat, and 2314 raw with reps total, 10th highest of all time.
The 905 squat that you did was like in your second powerlifting meet ever, right?
Third meet, yeah.
Third meet, yeah. That's pretty fast out of the gate. What else we got?
Next question's for you, I believe, Mark.
What? I'm off camera.
Did you have to make him special size knee sleeves?
Yeah, actually we did. I sent the big ogre here some knee sleeves, and what happened?
I couldn't get them over my calf.
Yeah, it was like he sent me a picture, and they were like literally stuck on like his cankle. It was just like frozen.
I have a very shapely calf.
I know. That was insulting. I'm sorry. That was very insulting and rude. Yeah, but we did. That's what a lot of this stuff is all about: creating products that work for people that are at a high level. And Chad certainly fits that description. And he's fucking huge and massive. And if it fits him, and it's going to work well for him, it's going to stand up to the amount of weights that he's going to lift, and it's going to be able to hold up for anybody.
So all you people who order a 3XL slingshot knee sleeve, you're welcome.
You know,
all you fatzos.
Yeah.
What would you recommend powerlifting for athletes, specifically football players?
The sport of powerlifting, no. The powerlifting movements, yeah, certainly. But for athletes, whether it's football player, basketball player, MMA, athletes training is going to revolve around sprinting, jumping, throwing. Well, primarily their sport practice, then sprinting, jumping, throwing, and then I really look at their lifting more as movement categories rather than actual, specific lifts themselves. So some kind of squat variation, some kind of upper body pushing, some kind of upper body pulling, and some kind of hip hinge. But depending on their preparedness and what they're capable of performing well, that's going to dictate what the actual exercise selection is. Because for some people that might mean front squat to a high box, and some other people that might mean ass to grass Olympic squat. Some people it's going to be deadlift off a high block. Some people it's going to be power clean, power snatch. So you really got to take that on a case-by-case basis. But powerlifters should train for powerlifting and football players should train for football. Is there going to be some overlap? Sure, but not that much.
Right.
What's the exercise for increased butthole health?
Squats.
I wonder what Blaine Sumner would say about that. Doesn't he have some sort of sumo deadlifting issue?
Man, I can't put my man on blast.
Yeah, no putting him on blast. All right. We can leave it to the imagination. Buttholes,
sumo,
problems with sumo deadlifting.
How do you warm up for a good squat session?
I just start squatting with the bar.
Oh my God! Revolutionary news here, ladies and gentlemen. What do we call that? Pnf stretching?
Yeah, I'd say big thank you to Dr. Quinn Hennock and Ryan Brown. They really taught me how to breathe and brace properly and fix my hip and rib positioning. It's just made my squat movement pattern so smooth and like just a well grooved movement that really all I need is empty bar to get going, and then 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plates, and away we go.
Those people you mentioned, they're part of Team Jugs, right?
They are, yes. And,
awesome. How do you get to be part of that? Not cutting it?
Yeah.
He could have bigger jugs. Okay, last question.
Oh, well, we got one comment and then one question.
Oh, okay.
One comment is best physique in powerlifting. CWS. They're saying you. They're not even asking you.
Did they use some sort of sarcasm?
No, I don't think so. It's exclamation point. He's fucking serious.
He's a big boy, that's for sure. 360 pounds or so.
350 today, I think.
If one is squatting, someone's so proper. I think if someone, I don't know why. We're not fucking English. I'm not Shakespeare over here.
If one is squatting and the other one is traveling at 37 miles an hour.
If one is squatting 4 days a week, it's our friend. That's why we can make fun of him. If squatting 4 days a week, are they doing less accessory work, fewer accessories per workout, or focusing on different clusters or accessories each training day in the gym?
Well, certainly all of those are viable options. But again, a lot of it's going to deal with how much squatting they're doing on that day and where they are relative to a competition. Because farther away from a competition, you want to do more general training. Like the sum of your training is going to be more general work, and that's going to consist of more accessory type of work. So, and that individual's work capacity and their maximum recoverable volume are both going to need to be taken into account. Because if I do a hard squat workout, I'm not going to do much, if any, accessory training. But for someone who's not working up to 700, 800, 900 pounds, they're probably going to benefit from more general work, more accessory work. Even stuff leg extensions, leg curls, leg press, that all has definitely a place in the powerlifter's training. It just has to be put in the right time. It's going to be farther away from a meet, because that stuff's going to help you build muscle, and muscle helps you lift weights. So don't be afraid of that kind of bodybuilding style work.
Hell yeah. Where can people reach you?
At jtsstrength.com and at Juggernaut Training on Instagram, at Ched Wesley Smith on Instagram, Juggernaut Training Systems YouTube, Juggernaut Training Systems Facebook.
In Power Magazine from time to time.
Yes.
And also you have a book out with Mike Israetel, right?
Yeah, Scientific Principles of Strength Training. Go and pick it up if you want to really go in depth on the different principles that guide successful and effective programming, as well as the Juggernaut Method 2.0.
All right, thank you very much, and that's it from supertraining.tv. 1, 2, 3, up, out, release.